16, okay? So for their feet run to evil and they hurry to shed blood, for in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird, but they lie in wait for their own blood, they ambush their own lives. So realize this, if you're on the other side of it, you're really only hurting yourself. But unfortunately, you're also taking others down with you. If you're doing these things, you're essentially ambushing yourself and taking others down with you. This is why I do not understand for the life of me, I really don't, why so many people think it's so important for them to jump in on discussions to teach and instruct and to set people straight like somehow you know. That doesn't mean you don't know, but you don't understand the risk you're taking. That doesn't mean you should never say anything, but you ought to be, what was that word we needed to use? Discretion. See, that's the Ruach again. I said, well, okay, where am I going with this? Discretion. We don't seem to have enough of that to know when to say something and when not to. When to get involved and when not to. And then even on top of that, if we do get involved, up to what level? How involved should we be? Maybe the best involvement is to get involved to steer them in the direction of somebody else to handle it. And that's all you needed to do. Maybe it's an urgent emergency and you need to get more involved. But do you understand the responsibility and the ramifications of your decision to get involved? Because it says here, be careful, you may be ambushing your own life. Here you are thinking you're helping somebody. I mean, there's a person right now, and I wish there was something I could do about it, but there doesn't seem to be, who is actively out there wrecking marriages because of her particular understanding of divorce and remarriage. And I just got another email about it yesterday. And if she finds out that you were married after being divorced, she will come in and try to wreck your marriage and get you to be separate. I don't know why she's that way. I've talked to her. We disagree. And she's the reason I did the teaching, divorce, remarriage, and putting away, so that it would be clear from Scripture what it actually says. But yet there are people that have their own little pet, whatever their issue is, that are going to insert themselves in your life, or try to if you let them. And I mean, I can't tell you how many times I get phone calls and a person is all upset and I'm like, what are you upset about? Well, this person who I met on Facebook said this and this and told me that. I'm like, do you even know them? Not really. Why are they upsetting you? Why do you allow people that kind of power in your life and you don't even hardly know them? Oh, but they sound like they know what they're talking about. Did any of you used to go to church? Did any of your pastors ever sound like they knew what they were talking about? Lots of your pastors sounded like they knew what they were talking about. And it turned out that they were wrong on a lot of things. So just because someone sounds like they know what they're talking about doesn't mean that they know what they're talking about. But we also have to be careful and use discretion on who are you going to allow to speak into your life. Because some of you will go on YouTube and watch a video and then be all depressed because whatever the person said somehow exposed something in you that you now believe whatever they said, instead of checking with your upline leadership. I don't want to sound like a multi-level marketing here, but you need to go to the person that's up the chain, so to speak, that is a covering, that you're going to say, I saw this, it disturbed my peace, I'm not sure what to do with it. Why do you just, it's funny because your teacher will say things and you'll struggle to listen. Somebody you don't know at all says something and you allow them to totally disturb your peace. And that makes me sit there at home going, I want to just bang my head on the table. You know? I try so hard to share the information with some of these people who I know have been with me for a long time. And then all it takes is whoever on YouTube to teach something that somehow wrecks their whole everything. And then they'll talk to me and it'll take me an hour to unravel all that to explain why the person on YouTube was wrong. But what I don't understand at first is, why do you, whoever you are, online, whatever, allow that? Okay, you got some information. It has potentially disturbing ramifications. So don't own it. Go verify it. Check it out. That's why you need, back to Ephesians, the fivefold ministry guys.